Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the full 2024 review of my technically gaming setup and real-life projects for this year. I'm your host, the Rental Man Buck. Let's roll the intro and get right into our content. Most importantly, starting off, we have the main arsenal, okay? The best way to describe this is I am a full in-house operation. I do everything that I do for my channel on this setup right here. A lot of you guys have questions on what do I use, how do I do it, do I have an editor, do I have somebody? Here's the thing, I do everything in-house, meaning I do not outsource any work that I do on this channel for anybody. From the beginning of the thought process of a video to the moment it goes out the door for you guys to watch published, right here. Getting a little closer in depth, you guys are always asking, what's the steering wheel that you use? Because I do have a steering wheel setup. I have a full cockpit that, it slides forward and backwards like a car seat. You can tilt the seat back, lumbar adjustment. You got a handbrake and the shifter. The wheel is a Logitech G27. This is an older style of wheel, but I personally love and prefer this wheel. The newer one, the G29, that's the more modern, can cross between Xbox and PC, PlayStation, all of them. But in addition to that, I also have the first generation, because now they actually have a new steering wheel. This is the first generation side panel. All of these things put together, the steering wheel, the handbrake, the button box, the shifter, all of these things come together to make what I use to drive and move around in Farm Sim. Moving over to the keyboard and controller setup, you guys wonder how I possibly do the drone shots. I use my MSI, just Bluetooth USB controller. I will pretty much set my character outside, put him in a closer FOV, and just very delicately, I just navigate my way around with my joysticks, like walking around with the controller. I'm a very simplistic guy. I have just a regular Logitech keyboard. I don't do RGB. It doesn't necessarily matter to me. Even got a cheap mouse. I'm going to get a new one in hopefully a month or two. If you guys want to check these out, I actually have these and the other logos for the channel for sale on the Rental Man spread shop. Not too much, but kind of fun. The monitor setup is pretty simple. It is two 32-inch Vizio flat screens. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at Best Buy, heck, you can get them on Amazon. You don't need to have super fancy monitors to make a computer setup really be that. I mean, one of these is just, you can see it. I love it because I'm working on them. They're mounted on pivots, so I can do this. Like when you guys see me streaming versus working, I can move these things around. And then the third monitor I read my chat on, which is just, I literally got this from my stepdad. It's just a tiny little monitor, 720p. You hang it up, and I just have a third additional monitor. Another really important question you guys always have for me is, what computer do I use? So this is, to my knowledge, because I am not a PC guy. Remember, I'm not a computer guy. This is a second generation Squad Plus Apex gaming PC. If we turn the computer sideways, I have since upgraded the CPU cooler. I have a new processor, new motherboard. All of this happened when the channel went down in June. I went and finally redid the computer. As far as I know, the graphics card that is in this is a Nvidia 2060 Super. The processor is a Ryzen 7. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM with two T4s, 16 gigabytes. No idea what the CPU cooler is. I think I got a 650 watt power supply, and it needs to be upgraded on the power supply and the graphics, but it's a pretty basic computer in reality. Moving on to the rest of my work office, as you guys do know, I have my stream setup, which can range between the banner, which I originally bought for promotional reasons, but I found out that it actually makes the heating and cooling bill quite a bit cheaper because it blocks off the rest of the apartment as is. In the stream setup, though, we have all of the die casts, which, I've just kind of collected these or gotten them for gifts over the years. Mine is an S670, though. This is the older one. This is not the new 790 or 780 or whatever they make. And collections of stuff that I've gotten from, like I bought this one directly from Prairie State Tractor. And we also have the old 4430 pedal tractor powered by a 1-speed power quad transmission. Haha, funny joke. And the rest is just extra die casts and conveniently stored underneath the Chevy sign, and just right there is all of the hats that I usually wear for the streams. Got a couple other miscellaneous things that we have stored on this shelf, but that in all actuality wraps up the setup tour because I don't really have a whole lot to show. that's pretty much it. I'm pretty bare bones basic. I don't have any flashy lights, no 4K monitors, no massive drone stuff. I have tools that I can use to make more videos, but what I'm recording on is a DJI Action Osmo. It's the other version of a GoPro. That's the easiest way to say that. What I am going to say though is let's head outside and check out some of the projects that we have in store for this year in the real life sector besides doing anything with Grant. And right out the gate, we have the one everybody is always asking about. What am I going to do with this thing, and when are we going to get back to working on it? The John Deere 56 is my most important real-life project to this day. That sadly has been a little bit detoured since the last time we've seen it, because this thing locked up. It's free spinning now, but I've had to get the crankshaft off, and I can't get the flywheel because I think I seized it with the flywheel key. So until we get that problem figured out, this thing is going to have to probably sit here. Probably a little bit more towards spring. It's about 50 degrees out, so it's actually pretty nice. But we're going to have to just push this sad thing back into the corner until we can work on it. Believe me, I really do want to work on it. It's just that it becomes an absolute pain because I can't find parts for it half the time, and it takes money, and I don't really got that right now. At least laying around. This has to be the crown jewel of all of my projects. As you guys do know, I have a 1990 Oldsmobile Tornado. Trying to take care of it the best way I can. Peekaboo. Undo the buckle though. Ha ha ha. There she be. My pride and joy. I cannot wait to drive this thing this summer. It's always so much fun. A lot of work though. It's 90s GM. Usually had a lot of problems. But the biggest purchase that we've made for the channel so far for time travel and everything else has been what I like to call Isla, my white 2009 Chevy Impala. I got this car right when I ended up going to Farm Progress over in Decatur, Illinois, and she really has just been a solid, well-built car. I haven't had really any issues. I got my Andy Clean sticker right on the back window, and I even have my Rental Man sticker just because, you know, why not? Advertise. That's how we do these things, right? Take care of your stuff, people. I gotta get this thing cleaned off, and I just haven't had a chance to wash it yet. Lastly, with all of the wind noise now out of the way, I do have some big goals that we're going to be trying to do this year. I am a partner with Giants, but there's a very special spot that we're really trying to work for, and that is the 100,000 public subscribers. So if you guys want to help out the channel, you guys really want to make 2024 the year that we do it, that spot right there has been reserved for that plaque. That silver plaque is going right there. You know, I think it actually would even out what's going on here, because I don't think that sticky note really makes for that good of a picture. But that is going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for checking this one out. It is going to be a little bit of a short video just because there's not a whole lot to really go over. I'm kind of a simplistic guy. I don't really need a whole lot to make what I do happen. So thank you all so much for checking this one out. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below. Also be sure to check out the rest of the Boomstick Club for all the up-to-date content from me and the gang. You already know who is in it. I shall see you all in the next one. This is the Rental Man out.